Yeah, what a great experience and opportunity. Last weekend was a big weekend for our program, and to break through and get to this level is something we've been pushing for and striving for a long time. So really excited. Great opportunity to be here. I think in one of the best, maybe the second best gym and arena in the country to play volleyball, behind Dayton, of course. But we're really excited. Know what great fans are here, and just to play a really great program and really well coached team. A lot of respect for the tradition here and John Cook and what he's done for volleyball. I think is pretty cool. So excited to get on the floor, practice, and be fearless tomorrow.
Questions? Coach, what did you see out of your team there against Baylor in that fifth set, maybe with the entire match to kind of break through?
Yeah. We've been in that moment so many times. We've actually earlier was in our meetings, and Kelly Sheffield came over and was at Dayton for a few years and talked about some of the opportunities that we had at Dayton while he was here as well. Even in the last few years, I think maybe their freshman, sophomore, or Lex's freshman, sophomore year, we played Washington to 5 and had opportunities to get through that weekend when they were 6th in the country to go to the Sweet 16. And the following year, we were up 2-0 against a really good Purdue team who was 6th in the country and couldn't finish. So, we talked about just trying to do something differently. How are we going to approach that moment? And we just, our players were really composed. I think we had a lot of fun in that moment, which may be a little different than years past. Played fearless and with nothing to lose, and just a lot of fun watching them play in that environment.
How much of that mindset do you take into tomorrow's match? Just that nothing to lose mindset against.
I think I've been hearing it all week. It's house money at this point, and we're going to do the same thing. I think they're an exceptional team, and I think we can't play safe tomorrow. I think we're going to have to go after it and enjoy it and be really confident in everything we do.
Lexie, your 34 kills, I believe, last week. What's been allowing you to play so fearlessly?
I think it's just the way we practice every day during the week. That was talked about before we played South Carolina and Baylor, that we were just going to be fearless all week at practice, and then that we were going to take that mentality into the matches. So because I had done it all week and I've done it this season and just practiced like I was going to play, I think I was able to play really relaxed against South Carolina and Baylor this weekend and just lead my team by example with the confidence and the aggressive mentality that he was talking about, and just playing fearlessly in that way.
How do you continue that, kind of a hostile environment, not at home, and the season program and a storied place? How do you keep playing relaxed for all of you tomorrow night?
Yeah, we talked about against Baylor that they're an athletic team, much like Nebraska, and they have tall physical athletes, and they're going to bounce some balls, and they're going to have some great digs, great kills, and we just have to be able to respond to those situations and have a next ball mentality. So no matter what they're doing on their side, we're going to play the game on our terms, and we're going to attack them the same way we would attack any other team.
Lexie, what's it like? What's the recovery like after 138 swings and back-to-back matches?
I'm doing okay. So,
She's bionic. She has a bionic arm, and probably one of the best arms I think I've ever seen in my 25 or 26 years. So she'll be ready.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
Karissa, how significant is it to take that next step as a program and get to a regional?
Yeah, I mean, Coach and Lexie have been here longer than me, so they know a little bit more of the struggle we went through. But just my freshman year coming in, we had a not very successful season, and just that being my first taste of Dayton volleyball, it was just frustrating. And then working really, really hard that following year, and then falling to Washington State in 4. This year, we just came with a different mentality, like Coach said. We just wanted to have fun, prove ourselves, and I think we executed that pretty well in that match.
Coach, you guys have over 30 wins this season. Just how much is this Sweet 16 appearance kind of a culmination of the success that you guys have been building?
Yeah, we've done that for the last couple of years, and we obviously aren't playing the same schedule as a Nebraska, so it may look and feel different for outsiders, but we have a tremendous group. We have a lot of great leaders in this program, a lot of really good, great skilled players that have been doing this, and it's really cool to see the hard work they put in and what that looks like, and that conversation of, kind of lifetime stuff that we talk about. A lot of work, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, and great things can happen if you're really committed to something. And I think we get to have that conversation with our team right now. Look what you've worked for, and you've earned this, which, again, really proud of that.
Coach, what would you say is the most difficult part about preparing to play Nebraska?
Well, there are just very, very few weaknesses. I think so many schools have a lot of great players, and maybe they have two or three, really, really strong players, on the floor at any time. But every one of their players is really good. My guess is, and I've shared this, that their whole team is probably a top 10 to top 15 recruit in the country. We have one top 100 recruit in the country. I fell into Lex when we recruited her as a bro, and I'm not sure she could bro for us, but she sure can be an unbelievable outside hitter. So we got a little bit lucky in who she became, and that's how we've had to build this. It's complete team effort, and no doubt we're the underdog. We have a lot of great players in our program, but it's difficult to get those kind of kids consistently at a mid-major program, and we've got to work really hard to put all those pieces together. So, our personnel may not look the same, but we have a hell of a team when you put them all together.
Karissa, what type of experiences can you rely on to play in front of a crowd the size of Devaney's?
Yeah, in high school I was very fortunate to be on a really high-level team, so just playing at state a few times, 3 times, having large crowds there, of course not of the magnitude of this gym, but just relying on that, and then also just staying myself. I know that myself and this team is good enough to be here, and this crowd makes that no different. Feeding off that energy and getting the crowd to respect us as a team as well.
You feel that they earn that respect too, or?
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. We're a great team.
Any more questions?
Tim, you referenced John Cook. What are the things that you think that John Cook has done for college volleyball?
Oh, wow. My first year at Dayton was the first year we went to the NCAA tournament. We played at Michigan State, upset Michigan State in our first year, and that was our first appearance in an NCAA tournament. We played Nebraska in the second round. So that was my first opportunity to see his team and, meet him and play against him. I'd, been in a smaller school at Robert Morris before that and knew of him, but not, having an opportunity to play against him. Just watching him over the years, I think, he just does it the right way. I mean, when you look at the program and what he's built here, it's pretty unbelievable. When you drive through Lincoln and you look at billboards and you have volleyball players, not basketball and football players on them, I think that's pretty incredible and speaks to this area and how much they love volleyball. And I think anybody in the country, when you look at this and say, what would be the best place to play, I'm sure, and he said this to me personally years ago, why would I ever want to leave here with the kind of fans we have and what this looks like. So, I think he's built it here, but people outside get to see what that looks like, and I think that would probably rival any, women's sport when you're looking at kind of a dynasty in a lot of ways. So, I think that they're the two, for me, when you look at this in the history of women's volleyball, I think you got to look at obviously Rush Rose and maybe Terry Pettit before that, and then John Cook and what they've done consistently for so long and how good they are. It's pretty incredible. So he's built something special and done a lot for volleyball in terms of when people look at this and see the consistency and how great it can be.
Are you glad that Kelly was here to kind of share this moment with the program, and he coached there between your stints, but what did it mean to be able to share this achievement with him? Yeah,
it was cool. He talked about some of those opportunities that they also had and that were close, so he seemed excited about, that, they talked about the same thing. I think when I left the first time and what we were trying to achieve, was always trying to get to the second weekend, and they had some opportunities as well during that think 5 years in between. So I think that was kind of a neat moment being able to share, that this program had gotten there and we'd both been a part of that.
Lexie, what to you is the significance of being part of the team that broke through too? I mean, what big picture? I mean, still caught in the moment too. But what does it mean to be part of the Dayton team that finally got to the regional round?
Yeah. Like Coach said, I was here as a freshman and as a sophomore when we had fallen short in 5 sets in both of those tight matches, preventing us from getting to the second weekend. And just being obviously younger, I didn't have that leadership role that I do now. So to be able to step in as a leader and to be able to experience this as a much more versed player and someone that my team looks up to, I think it's just really cool. And I'm just incredibly blessed to be a part of this group, and with all the special girls we have and all the talent and maturity we have on our team, I'm just very thankful that I was able to have a 5th year and that we were able to do this. And like Coach and Chris have said, being in that moment, we were all after the same thing, 1 through 18 of us. So everyone was on board, and we just all went after it together, and it felt very much like a family and a team win for everyone.
I'd add one other thing. We've heard from that first year that we broke through and got to the NCAA tournament. Those women are now 40 years old, and the phone calls and the messages from that far back in that group, and we talk a lot about legacy here, to hear from them and how much it means to them, and some of the videos and the conversations that we're hearing from them, and tears in their eyes, knowing how hard it's been to get here and how they're still a part of this program to build that. Super cool to see this many years of kind of getting to this point.
All right, thank you, Dayton. They're off to
Thank you.
practice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here shortly.